Today, I'm going to teach you a concept that I've learned years ago in how you're able to make money in real estate. That's right, make money in real estate, guaranteed monthly rents. You don't have to worry about tenants, repairs, and you get guaranteed money. I want you to write these words down. It's called a remainder or charitable trust. Now, again, I'm not an attorney, so I cannot give you legal advice, but I'm simply going to share with you how when my wife and I got our very first piece of real estate, and I'm hoping you'll get with your CPA, your attorney, and learn how a different perspective on real estate investing. Hey guys, again, I am William V. Thompson, not an attorney, but I am a cash flow strategist. I am always finding ideas and strategies to help anyone, I mean anyone, create cash flow, because you've heard us say that cash flow is necessary to build what? Generational wealth. And that's what this channel is all about. So if you like this type of content, you know what to do. You subscribe, you like, and you share. So come on, let's go on a journey with me in learning how to do real estate a different way, but it still produces cash flow and generational wealth. Now, again, I want to say I'm not an attorney. I cannot give legal advice, but I'm giving you a general framework of what my wife and I did on our very first property. Let's say you currently have a rental property that's worth about $200,000. That's fair market value. And let's say you just really are tired of the headaches of going through. You want a better way. What you can consider doing is taking that house and you can put it in what's called a remainder or charitable interest trust. Now, an attorney will handle all of this for you. Now, once you put that $200,000 house that you own into a trust, you're like saying, but William, I thought I'm trying to build wealth and cash flow. Hang in here with me. I'm going to tell you how. The very minute you put that into a trust, it's a donation to a 501c3 or a tax-exempt organization. And this is an estimated number that on that $200,000, you might have got an immediate $80,000 tax deduction. Now, again, your CPA and attorney will work through those numbers with you, but just for conversational purposes. So yes, you just donated a $200,000 house, that's true, and you got an $80,000 tax deduction. Now, depending on what tax bracket you are, let's say about the 30%, counting federal and state, you just saved $25,000 in taxes. You're saying, William, I'm still out of pocket though, because I just donated in a trust a $200,000 house. I'm $25,000 to the good, so I'm still $175 behind. Benefit number two, because the house is now in a trust, they have to pay you fair market value rents. That's right. The fair market to rent that property, let's say it's $1,000 a month. That's the gross rent. Then in the trust, your attorney would do the calculations, and your attorney, in my case, calculated $1,000 a month or $12,000 a year. Every month, who collects the rent? You? No. The church, the nonprofit, the 501c3. They in turn will collect the rent from the tenant or tenants that they have. But they have guaranteed that every month through ACH or whatever, you get, in my example, $1,000 a month in rent. Yeah, it's taxable, guys. It's coming in and you do absolutely nothing. That's the second benefit. The next benefit I love is this. When it's time to pay the insurance, who pays it? The organization I gave the house to. What about the new siding? They pay for it. All that is paid to the tax-exempt organization that you donated the house to. So do you see, you're getting $1,000 a month, positive cash flow, but you're getting none of the headaches, none of the phone calls, none of the worries. One, you've gotten that deduction, roughly $5,000 tax benefit. Number two, you're getting positive cash flow of $1,000 a month, no expenses. Number three is you don't have any expenses to deal with. Number four, when you understand real wealth, you know that real wealth is not about money only. I need you to get that. If you haven't gotten that lesson, guys, you haven't understood why wealth is necessary. Your wealth needs to be used to change lives. When my wife and I first did this, it was to a single women's house. And 30 years later, probably 100 different women have gone through this house who were battered, who had lost hope, And it became, as my shirt says, a hub for hope for them. So every month I get that check. Every month we pass that house. My wife in this says this, honey, the wealth that God has given us, we're impacting lives. Sure, our life has been impacted, our daughter and our grandkids, but there's over 100 single parents that because we made a decision to donate our first house to a nonprofit, their lives have changed. You're probably thinking, William, what about my personal financial statements? Well, again, the way the trust is structured, that as long as my wife and I are alive, we will get that $1,000 a month. If I transition to be with the Lord, it stays with my wife. She gets it. And at our passing, the deed is fully, the trust is liquidated, and the nonprofit gets full ownership of the house. So what my tax attorney does is he's able to calculate the present value of that monthly rent. And though I'm not showing now that $200,000 house on an asset, I'm showing probably about $125,000 as what's called an intangible asset, because that $1,000 a month is guaranteed. All right, guys, I know I've stretched you. I know I've gotten you to think a little different, because remember, we're all about teaching you not only how to think outside the box, but how to live outside the box. And when you live outside the box, there are other people outside the box and you're impacting their lives. And that's what we do on this channel. So if you like building cash flow, building wealth, and building people, we're the guys for you. Subscribe, comment, like, and share, and get that free newsletter that I promise you will change your life and change your perspective on why and how to build wealth. Have a great day.